Hey guys, Satish Gear here from Dallas, Texas. Now today there won't be any huge pitches or any big sales because what I'm about to talk to you right now is actually very important. So listen up, okay? Go and stop whatever you're doing and let's listen up to me for just a few more minutes, okay? Now, what is GDPR? GDPR is pretty much in a nutshell, it's a privacy data protection created by the European Union, okay? Now, what does it say? It pretty much gives you a list of checklists that needs to be applied on your business, your website, if you want to interact with a European citizen's information. Now, who needs to comply? Of course, if you're in Europe, of course, that's a given. Now, if you're in the US or Canada or India or any Asian country, Australia, besides Europe, okay? If you're there and if you have European citizens data, or if you want to get, European citizens visitors on your site, you need to be compliant, okay? Now, what is the penalty for not being compliant? It's pretty hefty. Let's go and take a look at it right now on their official site. So it says up to $10 million in a lower level. In a higher level, it's about 20 million euros, not even dollar, guys. So that's a hefty fine that you have to pay if you don't follow their directions. Now, what's a typical cost to get complied for your business or your website? Now, if you were to hire a consultant today, and we do this a lot with businesses that are at brick and mortar businesses as well. Now, it'll cost you roughly about 4 to 5K USD in average, okay? So that's how much you would pay if you hired somebody to come in and put in all these things in place. Now, with our WordPress plugin, it pretty much will take you less than 5 minutes to become compliant. Let me go and show you the plugin and show you what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, first of all, I have installed Uber GDPR plugin. It has a lot of features, so it does everything that the law requires you to do, okay? Now let's go and take a look at it. So first time when you log in, you're going to go ahead and read over all these things, just a list of things that you need to know. Now, first thing you'll do is go ahead and copy it, and you'll go ahead and create a new page. Now basically this short code will create something that you needed, GDPR compliance like this. I'm going to go ahead and click on publish. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to this website right here. Now, this website has a form. Now, it says compliance. It allows, visitors or customers to do a couple of things that is required by the GDPR. Number one is GDPR requires that any European citizen or visitor that comes to your site can request personal data that you have about them. So you can go up, they can come up here and go and request it from here. So you need to make it very easy for them. Second thing, GDPR also wants to make sure that a European citizen can come in and delete their information as well, like forget me, right? So they can come up here and they can go ahead and select what they want deleted. They'll go and put up their email and again submit it. Same thing here. So if they want to correct any data, for example, their phone number or address, whatever needs to be modified or amended, they can do that here as well. So for example, let me go and give you a quick demo. So demo@gmail.com, okay? I'm going to go ahead and click on submit. Now what's going to happen is both parties will get an notification, and you'll see it right here as well. So at this point, of course, it's just a dummy data, but if it was an actual user, you'd be able to preview the data up here. You'd be able to see all the Google Analytics, everything that you have about that person, and you'd be able to click on it. You'd be able to click on it like this, and you'd be able to come up here and click on send data, right? So you'd be able to send their data over to that person from the dashboard, okay? Same thing about right to be forgotten, meaning if someone wants to get their data off you, they can, like this. Same concept, same method. So if they want to get rid of all of this, they'll go ahead and select it, and you can go ahead and email it and delete their data automatically. So you don't have to go through loops and hoops. Okay. Now again, that you also have an option of data rectification. Basically, it allows people to make changes to their data. For example, right here, just an example here, they can do that. That's an option there as well. So those were basic things that you need on your website. Now, one more thing that you need on your site is called cookie consent button, like this. So I think you've seen it on many sites. It looks like this. It's a little button, a little pop-up that says, hey, to make this site work properly, we use Google Analytics, blah, 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 and let people accept. So they can accept it, or they can read more about your terms and condition here. So you'd go ahead and modify that from here. You can modify the text, button, pretty much everything, the size, pretty much everything right here as well. Okay, now let's go over to data breach. Now, GDPR also requires that if there is a data breach, that you notify your customers and your visitors, and you can do that through this page right here. So essentially, this is like an autoresponder, like a mass email system that allows you to send out emails to your customers that they're on WooCommerce, your WordPress, Gravity Forms, and so on from here, and you'll be able to send out that email. Hey, the data was breached, blah blah blah, and you're supposed to notify your customers whenever there is a hack or something that is that's going on with your website. Okay, now, so we learned about cookie consent. Let's go and learn about terms and conditions. Now, terms and conditions is pretty much that says that if you need to go ahead and allow visitors to accept terms and conditions. So here's how it works. Just copy this. Now, if you already have a terms and condition, very easy. All you do is go and click on edit, and at the bottom of your page, all you do is copy and paste it like this. That's all you have to do. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have a terms and condition page, hey, guess what? We're going to go ahead and give you a sample copy of the terms and condition that you can use for your website as well. Now, let's go ahead and update it, and let's go ahead and open this up on a new window right here. And it should allow people to, I'm going to accept it here, and right here, it allows people to accept terms and condition. And next time when they come, it says you have already accepted. Got it? Very simple, very easy. Now, same thing with privacy policy, same concept. You can modify where they go after accepting it, redirection, all that good stuff as well. Okay, you got all of those. Now, one of the biggest things that GDPR says is that it recommends, they're not forcing people to do this, but they recommend that you actually encrypt data and you use pseudo dice. Basically that means that you use fake and anonymous information to confuse people if the data is breached. So that's why you need to use it. You also need to encrypt the data as well. But keep in mind that this requirement is not required. This is recommended, and a lot of companies, they don't even offer this because it's too hard to build and it's too hard to create these features. But us, we've created this for you already, and there is a high chance that in future GDPR will say, hey, you need to enable this, you need to encrypt all your data, so you can use this feature for that as well. On top of that, you'll also be able to see your plugins which are GDPR compliant. Does it collect data? All that information will be here for you as well. Okay, now we also have one more feature that allows you to, if you're using BuddyPress, Gravity Forms, Contact Forms, WordPress comments, etc., right? If you want to force them to accept to your terms and condition, you can go ahead and enable it right here, and you'll be able to do it from for events. Works very nice. So all you have to do is just click on it, and it'll just insert the terms and condition on there for you. This is recommended, not forced, but everything else is required. For example, cookie consent, terms and condition, privacy policy, right to be forgotten, data access, data breach, data rectification, those are required. Rest are recommended, and there is a high chance that they will pretty much force that in the futures, but you already have access to those just in case if you want to use it. So that's Uber GDPR for you. Now, unlike other companies, we're going to go ahead and provide you with future updates. You're going to get, if there's a change, you're going to get it for free. You won't have to pay anything extra. Number 2, there is no OTOs. Hey, one-time offer to, make this product shiny. We don't do that kind of stuff, okay? We give it to you the way it is. The pricing is upfront. And one last thing, okay? You have a choice of purchasing GDPR plugin right here today with a PayPal or a debit card or credit card, okay? So what's the difference? Now, if you purchase using a credit card or a debit card, it's processed through authorized.net and Stripe. We don't get to see any card information, but we save on the fees, okay? It helps us save money, so we basically pass it on to you. Now, if you want to use PayPal, go right ahead, but we won't be able to, provide you with that discount because we get charged with fees, reserve. It's a hassle, okay? And lastly, it's actually it's more secure to use your debit card and credit card versus PayPal. I don't know if you knew this, but go ahead and take a look at the sales page and, go ahead and click on add to cart at the bottom of this page. I'll see you in the inside with like a lot of tutorials. So if you're confused, don't worry. There's tutorials inside. Thank you so much and have a great day.